Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-August 2025, and I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Cosmo likes to sit over there in your readings lately, I noticed. And sometimes she takes shit down. Last time, for those of you that got the extended, this cat is missing top of the year here. And it's from Cosmo. And you heard it in the extended when it happened, but let's see, Libra, what do you got? This time she's sleeping, so fingers crossed. Nothing's gonna scare her. The overall energy for the reading, the Two of Cups. We're talking about your connection to another energy here. In the energy field, it looks like things are wanting at least to come together nicely. But let's see what's going on here. Starting off the reading, you get the Ten of Swords crossed by the Chariot. The direction of south is definitely present here. I'm not getting it though as going there. It's kind of feeling like it is, but I don't see it. We'll see. For this dynamic that I see in the reading, I mean, it's the feeling of it is it's going south. I'm not getting it as going south though for some reason. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. There's something going on for sure. In your focus, the moon, and you're not willing to share what the hell is going on because you're kind of keeping it to yourself here. Apparently, from a higher self perspective, you do know what's going on, but you're keeping it there. In the recent past, the Eight of Pentacles, something was working out here. Something is looking like, okay, something's building. In your strength, the Three of Cups. Again, the intention of, yeah, no, things are going north, not south. Okay. In the immediate future, the Three of Pentacles, the energy of a strong, solid partnership shows up here, supporting this reading. The Sun, that's the thing. The Sun is an energy that goes up. It goes north, for sure. Not well, it's the Sun, so it's east. Anyways, the Sun is the energy that's lifting this whole thing up, while the reading starts with this whole thing going down. So I can't tell. It's the first round. We'll see when we clarify because it's a little bit redundant. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the King of Cups. That's a lot of love. It's pouring out from you. Okay. In your hopes and fears, the Eight of Wands. That's energy exchange. Are you kind of questioning if this is, are you on the same page here? Because I'm seeing a lot of where you're at. I don't know where they're at. And you might be in the same place of being like, well, I think they're in the same boat as I am. But are they? I don't know, because this is, energy exchange, reciprocated type of an energies. Is it there? Is it not there? I don't know. In the potential outcome, the Two of Swords. Lots of confusion. Let's freaking see what's going on here. Let me do the Two of Cups. The Nine of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. I see someone saying the not knowing is killing me type of a deal. Like they're getting caught up in this energy and the not knowing exactly potentially what's going on the other side of the fence is just, oh, they're going nuts about it. Is that you? Is that you, or is that whoever's on the other side of the fence? I don't know. Let's do the Two of Swords, the Ten of Swords, I mean. The Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. See, because based off of Well, what's showing up here on the surface, at least, things are fine. Things are working out. Things are building up. Everything's good here. Okay. What's up with the uncertainty then? Let me do the Chariot. For the Chariot, you get the Ten of Swords, the King of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Are you bringing up some past traumas here? You know, like not taking things for face value, where face value shows you, hey, things are okay here. But because you've had some past traumas in which you thought things were okay, but they weren't, are you bringing that to the table? And being like, well, you know, I thought things were fine back then, and they weren't. So why not stress about how things are now? Well, if you're bringing that to the table here for something of completely different experience, you're recreating that. You're bringing that energy in here. You're making it happen all over again. Where things might be okay. But if your perception says things are not okay because I'm stressed about where things could be and that most likely they're going to turn out not okay, then you're creating that reality for the situation, even though it's a completely different situation. So I hope it's not a case of history repeats here. But let's see, for the Moon, you get the Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, the World card. It kind of is. You're bringing up some old patterns, some old ways of thinking about things. And I see you wanting to not do that. This is the perfect time in which you can practice that, to stop doing that, you know? And I see you really intentionally going there and being like, yeah, I catch myself doing that though, but I'm trying my best to not do that. It's an old pattern of yours that's not necessarily healthy. It's like when things are okay, why can't you take it as that instead of thinking behind the scenes that, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's just fear. We all bring that to the table when things get meaningful. It's a matter of starting to understand how to work with your own fears, because they're always going to be there. You know, you're not going to have a situation in which fear is not going to be present at all. Fear is always going to be there. What do you do with it though? You know, for the Eight of Pentacles, you get the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Swords. There you are, jumping into this where everything's fine, everything looks good. And then there's your baggage that you're bringing with you, the pain that you carry from the situation from the past that didn't work out, and you throw it in here. I'm like, okay, my baggage doesn't belong to the situation, but I'll open it up right here, and you know, I'll squeeze it in here somehow. For the Three of Cups in your strength, you get the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups. You're also telling me, I know better this time. You know, so you have the alternative, because last time maybe you didn't know that you were doing this, right? You didn't know that you were bringing some baggage. You didn't know that you were creating that reality through your own fears. This time you know. This time there's awareness to you. So it's like you're split into two parts. Right? The one that's aware that, hey, I got this going on and I can bring it over. Or I can choose not to bring it over. And then I've got this part of me that wants to repeat old patterns, because that's what we're made of, right? That doesn't mean that those patterns are healthy. And these are great opportunities for us when awareness kicks in, for us to start working on those old patterns. And I think this is what's going on. That's why there's a feeling of this is going south, but I don't see it really going south, because you're at that edge, you know, of whatever you do from here on out, you allow for that pattern to take over, this will go south. If you don't, and hold it back, and take things for how they are here, things might look very different than they did in the past. For the Three of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the King of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Swords. You're, interesting. What are you doing here? I mean, I know what you're doing. I can't really, how do I explain it in reverse? the first thing that comes is you're coming in strong, but I don't see you doing that here. I see you actually backing away because maybe you came in strong in this partnership at some point. So realizing that, hey, it's too much, let me back away a little bit. Like you're kind of calibrating there, recalibrating, trying to figure out, how to open up to this. What is too much? What is too little? So you're taking a slight step back, but enough to create a balancing act here between your energy and theirs. Because at some point you are telling me I'm coming in too strong before you get to this point of, hold on, let me find the right amount of my energy to put into this. Okay, that's not a bad energy there, because again, a sense of awareness over, are you coming in too strong here? Are you not? Are you, trying to figure it out for you. For the Sun and the supportive energies, you get the Lovers, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Swords. There's still that instinctual rejection to allowing for something to be what it is, and not put your twist on it, your interpretation on it, because we all, in every situation there's your side of the story, there's their side of the story, and then there's the truth. The truth of the story is, if you were to allow for things to be what they were, you would see the truth of the story. But when we put twists on things, that's when it becomes our version of the story. So this situation is showing me this feels a certain way, this partnership to you, it feels a certain way. And then you have the tendency here to reject that notion because you want to put your own spin on it. And I see you going up here when you do that, and it's filtered through your own fears, insecurities, all sorts of things up there, doubts, all sorts of things, especially when it looks like the Eight of Swords. So you have the tendency to not take things for how they are here. And we've already kind of established that when you brought in the initial old pattern to the table. Now it's like, okay, I'm just going to put it up here and start thinking that this could be this or this could be that, or instead of just taking it for what it is. This is good practice, I think, for you to go there and to start taking things for what they are. For the King of Cups, in the hidden energies, you get the Page of Swords, the Star, the Nine of Pentacles. And you have this capability of doing that, just being present, with what is, without questioning it, without just letting it be what it is, letting it show you what it is. You have this within you. Unfortunately, it sits right in a hidden aspect for you, so it's not that available in terms of, oh yeah, I got this, oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. It's one of those where you have to remind yourself that, hey, let me try and do that, let me try and take this for what it is, but you have this tool available to you to be able to do that. And this is exactly what you want to do anyway, from what you're showing me here. In your hopes and fears, for the Eight of Wands, you get the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Chariot. You also have a massive fear. Hold on, you got some ego. Okay. You also have a massive fear of failure. Of when you show up for something, you're scared of the, expectation is there. You're scared for the response to that, as if it's never gonna come. Like you're not worth enough for that response. So your self-worth is at play too. Expectation over things potentially in there a little bit to validate what you're bringing to the table. Okay, there's that in there, squeezed in there. That's what creates this, that's what leads back to the pattern of, I knew they weren't going to show up, or I knew this was going to happen, or, So it all leads back to your self-worth and to you being present as much as possible with where things are. For the Two of Swords and the potential outcome, you get the Four of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. This is a massive lesson of you being present with the situation, because as far as the energies go of whatever this dynamic is, everything looks good there. Everything looks balanced. It looks like it's, you know, equal give and take. Everything looks good. And then I see you coming in and putting all sorts of twists on what's going on those energies. Not because you want to. You're not going to do it on purpose. You're going to do it because, again, there's old patterns in there that want to pop in. There's fears in there. There's the, not total, but sometimes inability to be in the present with what is and take things for what they are. So there's a small things here and there to look into. The situation is a good opportunity for you to start looking into those things. You know, because once you start working on those things and you bring awareness over those things, things might actually start feeling way better here. You know, it's not a mess. It's not like, oh my God, I'm creating a shit show here. No, it's not. It's not the end of the world. These are not irreparable damages. You know what I mean? But a little bit of awareness would just make this whole situation and experience feel a little better and, you know, healthier for you. So it's not the end of the world here. Just bring that awareness in. From the universe for you as a final advice, you get the Four of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Tower. And don't panic. Don't make it out to be the end of the world. If, oh my God, look at what I'm doing. My pattern is coming out and I'm fucking this up. Chill. You're not. Take it easy. Try not to go there. Try not to, because you're feeding those energies when you do that. You know? Whenever you find yourself kind of getting all riled up, because of the awareness you're bringing in, try to take a couple of steps back, breathe through it all, and come back calm. You know, don't freak out. I kind of see you being like, oh my God, what am I doing? Oh my God, chill. Not the end of the world here. It's, you know, the game called life. We all play it, we all practice through it. It's fine. Let's do the Animal Dreaming Oracle. Bilby, fear. Oops. Oopsie. This little dude, the Bilby, fear, really? I mean, does this look scary? I don't know. Vulnerability is a keynote of the Bilby, whose numbers have dropped so dramatically that it now sits on the verge of extinction. Fear surrounds this unassuming marsupial and is demonstrated both through the animal's nervy disposition and the concerns wildlife authorities hold for its survival in the wild. The problem with fear, though, is that it grows like wildfire. The moment fear is welcomed into your thinking, it bursts into life and quickly dominates any situation. If not properly managed and treated, it will manipulate and envelop your very soul, eventually crippling your ability to see clearly and to operate effectively. Most of us journey through life working largely from two basic lesson manuals labeled clearly with the words love and fear. Whenever we are faced with a choice or a dilemma, we check these manuals. Most people favor one over the other, checking the pages for answers and seeking confirmation that is usually based on previous experience, old patterns. If the Bilby has appeared in your cards, be brave enough to ask yourself which book you think you favor. Be honest. Like most people, you may be surprised to find yourself stumbling through a well-worn book of fear. Don't dismay, though. Bilby is offering to symbolically listen for, harness and carry the burdens of your fear for you at this time, but this will only be a temporary arrangement. It is vitally important that you realize where your fears lie and for you to develop your own strategies to reverse their influence within your life. Look to the Bilby and allow him to teach you how to control your fears so that they do not envelop your soul and prevent you from realizing your true destiny. Bilby offers a warning that the more we focus on our fears, the more we will ultimately attract them. Bilby teaches how to reject fear and how to alternatively use that energy to manifest abundance, love, and good health within our lives. I didn't even know about this Bilby fellow. It's cute, though. It's like a combo between a rat and a bunny marsupial. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.